Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a beautiful morning. I'm out with my dog. There's animals. We see pheasants, we see rabbits, we see foxes. Just a great time to be out and to be alive. And it reminds me very much of another early morning a few years ago when a group of us were at a conference in South Africa. And we went to Pilanesberg game. It's a big valley filled with all kinds of animals, wild animals. And we had a great time. We got photobombed by an elephant, and we got to see all kinds of animals, including zebras. Now, you might not think zebras are the most exciting of animals, but have you ever thought about this? Is a zebra a white animal with black stripes or a black animal with white stripes? In fact, we know that scientifically it's a black animal with white stripes, that God does this amazing miracle when the zebra is in its mother's womb, and God turns off the melanin going to certain parts of the animal's skin, and it takes away the black pigment and leaves it with these white stripes. And now here's the most amazing thing of all. That's an incredibly complex thing that happens in the womb. And I just marvel when I look at a zebra and I look at those perfectly defined stripes, you know, more clearly defined than the greatest artist could paint them. It truly is a wonder of creation. But for me, one of the most remarkable things is why the zebra has its stripes. You know, people used to think it was to camouflage them from the lions, but they've discovered that you can black out the stripes on a zebra, and it doesn't make it any more likely to be eaten by a lion. In fact, they've now done experiments, and they've discovered that the one thing that the zebra stripes does is it protects it against flies biting it, that flies get confused by stripes. And they actually did an experiment in the United States where they got a lot of horses and they put different colored blankets on them, and some of them had zebra colored blankets, stripy ones, and others had black blankets and brown blankets and gray blankets and so on. And they discovered that the horses that had the zebra stripe blankets got bit much less by flies. That the flies were there, but they would just get confused by the stripes and fly into the side of the zebra and drop to the ground. Well, you know, for me this makes it even more remarkable that the wonderful technical chemical marvel that is a zebra's stripes is simply designed to stop them getting bitten by a few flies. That speaks to me of God's providential care. Because if God will do all that just to stop a zebra getting bitten by flies, then what won't God do to protect you, his beloved, the apple of his eye? Whatever you're facing today and whatever threats you might perceive and whatever you might be afraid of today, I just want to encourage you that Jesus said that your heavenly Father, he sees even the sparrows that fall to the ground, and how much more will he care for you? If God will go to such incredible lengths to shape a zebra in its womb to save it from getting bitten by flies, then how much more is God going to care for you today and look after you today? So entrust yourself into his care and his hands, and he will show himself faithful. Thank you for joining us for today's Take 5, and please join us tomorrow for another 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.